Country Podcast.
Welcome to the Doggone Country Podcast. We're back. It's Justin Bryan.
My name's Tyler Barron.
What's going on, everybody? We ain't got anybody on here this week. We are preparing for the next episode,
Which is going to be awesome.
It's gonna be so cool, man. We got Craig Campbell coming on here next week,
This episode's also going to be awesome, but not as awesome as next week.
and Miss Kenna. I love Miss Kenna. I don't even think you've met her yet.
I haven't met Kenna yet. No, I can't. I'm excited about that, though.
Oh my gosh, we got a big week. We got them coming on Monday. Man, Craig is one of my favorite country artists of all time.
Yeah, same.
Like, at least,
I mean,
you know,
how
in the
many
news.
how many times have me and you went fishing and listened to Craig Campbell?
Oh, dude. Every time we've been fishing.
A ton.
And we got Miss Kenna. She just signed to Craig's label.
Do we tell people this? I feel like we should make it a surprise.
Yeah,
Let's quit talking about them.
Well, we can talk about them coming on here.
I'm just excited about it.
It's gonna be exciting. And then Saturday, boy,
Opening day of turkey season.
opening day, 2024 turkey season. We are gonna be on them.
And then tomorrow, I have to send back a microphone that I just bought off of eBay
Yes.
because it's clearly a counterfeit and not an actual Shure microphone. So eBay, if you're listening, I can point you in the direction of somebody selling counterfeit microphones on your site.
Yep. Man, that's crazy. It looks
Looks good.
It
It looks good.
looks like a real microphone.
It sounds like poop.
Yep. pretty much.
So I'm excited. This is I've killed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I've never killed a turkey. This is my first turkey season.
Boy.
I've never had access. I've never had access to the land that had turkeys on it. I've always wanted to do it, and I really don't know anything about it. So I'm gonna be learning a lot here.
Well, see, when it came
next week.
When it came to like where I'm from in Southwest Ohio, we didn't have a lot of turkeys growing up.
I mean, I had a couple buddies that did it, but like it wasn't one of those things that I had buddies that did it that could get me permission to hunt where they were hunting. You know what I mean? Like they could kind of go do it, but my grandfather's land, it just never had turkeys on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so when I was I was probably 12.
Oh, you've been doing it longer than I thought.
Yeah, I was probably 12 when I went on my first turkey hunt, and that was like, we went with another guy. Me and my dad went with another guy that knew how to turkey hunt.
Okay.
And we went to a different part of Ohio.
Had your dad been before this, or?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
We started getting more and more turkeys
I can't
around
even,
that time.
Dude, I can't even see your dad with a gun. Like, as much as your dad loves bow hunting, like him holding a gun is like,
I'm the same.
I don't even know.
I'm the same way, man.
That's,
I love
that's
it.
just weird to see.
Well, that's why I told you today. Like I put up a blind this week, and I kind of got these turkeys figured out.
Yeah.
And I got strutters in there, dude.
Dude, I feel like
every day.
I don't know as much about it as you do, but I feel like we have really lucked into a really, really, really good situation that we've got going on right now.
Well, this place that we hunt together, there's a ton of deer. There's some big deer that cruise through there. It's not a place that you're gonna sit on the edge of the field or in a hardwoods and see 550-inch deer in a week.
Sure.
Even. I mean, it's a place, and we are in Tennessee, and probably shouldn't say this in public.
Yeah, no, we're in Kentucky. We're in Virginia.
Yeah. Everybody thinks that Tennessee's just, you know, when you run into somebody from Illinois or Wisconsin or Ohio, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, they think we got little deer down here. And truthfully, there's some really damn big deer in Tennessee and certain parts of Tennessee.
I mean, I believe that up until I started hunting where we're hunting now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we hadn't put one on the ground yet, but boy, we've got some camera pictures that'll.
Man, I haven't.
And we've seen some. And we've seen them out of tree stands.
I haven't killed a buck in 2 years.
We're in bow range.
I mean, I haven't killed a buck. No, I haven't killed a buck in 3 years. I take that back. I killed a half rack, not this past season, this season before.
Oh yeah, Elliot.
I nicknamed him Elliot. But the reason that I killed that deer was he was a really, really mature deer. I mean, this deer was
Old.
dude.
Yeah,
The body
had
this
that brisket
deer
meat
had,
on him, son.
Oh my God, he was old, and I had him on camera before season, and like I said, he was a half rack, just like a mainframe 8, but he was missing the other side, and it like never grew. And he was probably a stud a couple years ago.
Sure. Sure.
But he had good mass and stuff, and if he would have had his other side that matched, if he had his other side that matched the one he did, he'd probably been 130, 140 inch deer.
It's a good Tennessee deer.
But he had this growth, man. Like I've never seen this on a deer.
Oh yeah, you hadn't told me this part. I didn't know he had it.
So I killed him because he was old.
Sure.
And I wanted to get him out because he was pushing a lot of other deer around, and I could see that. And we had the same thing this past season.
Yeah, we did.
We had a big gnarly, probably 8-year-old.
That deer looked 200 years old, man.
Oh man, I've never.
God, dude.
Elliot was big.
This deer looks like a cow.
We had another. I don't even know if you could call him a half rack because he had his one side full rack.
Yeah.
Just like Elliot, an 8-point. Mainframe 8, missing one side. But he wasn't missing it. He had about 4 inches.
He's gnarly looking.
He had about 4 inches that went straight back down his neck. I mean, and you couldn't even see it.
Yeah.
Hardly. It literally was down into his hair.
You had like one good camera picture because you were like, oh, he does have the other side, because we didn't think he had another side for a while.
Dude, it was crazy. This thing came out of his skull going straight back.
Yeah. About
that long.
Dude, in perspective, his brisket looked like a Thanksgiving turkey.
This deer.
I mean, he's old.
This is the biggest body deer I've ever seen in my life.
Like,
and I grew up in Ohio.
He's big, man.
I mean, this deer is huge.
Yeah.
Just, you can't even explain it to nobody. I've never seen a body on a deer like this.
He's a big one.
But I killed Elliot, but what I was saying is, man, like right on his stomach, he had a growth that the size of a basketball. Like
really?
Literally.
You hadn't told me this part.
It looked like you opened up his skin on his belly and stuffed a basketball in there, stretched the skin around it, and sewed it back up. Just hanging down, huge.
Ugh.
And I told Mike, the owner of the property that we hunt,
shout out to Mike,
really good friend of ours. I told Mike, I said, Mike, if I see that deer, I'm gonna shoot him because I don't know what that is, man.
Yeah, you want to get that out.
Yeah, and I've never seen anything like that on a deer.
I mean, that's a great excuse to let an arrow fly.
Oh, dude, this goes to our. This goes to our trail cameras now, our cell cams. I got cell cams all over the place, and I was sitting in my tree stand one day, and I wasn't going to go. I'm going to back up a little bit. I wasn't going to go this evening.
So it's evening hunt, not early morning.
It was an evening hunt. I wasn't going to go because I had to play at 10 o'clock that night. This was back when I used to play 10 to closes.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. You had those at what, Aldean's?
Yep.
Yeah, I played a couple of those with you.
It was a Sunday. I had to play Sunday night at Aldean's, and I wasn't going to go that evening because I knew I was going to kill him. And I told Jesse that.
You weren't going to have time.
I said, if I go, I'm going to kill that deer, and I ain't going to have time. I mean, I had this deer figured out, dude. And this is it's probably one of the favorite deer I've ever killed.
Just because you had all the pieces and you knew where he was going to be when.
It's the only deer. You hear all the people
you figured him out.
You hear all the people talk on TV and on podcast about, man, I watched this deer all summer long and I had him figured out and I went in there and killed him.
Yeah.
Dude, it's never happened like that for me.
Yeah, me neither.
I watch a deer all summer long on trail cameras through a spot and scope or whatever you want to do all summer long. Opening day, that sumbitch is fucking 4 miles away. You ain't never gonna see him.
Yep.
He might show up for 2 hours during the rut on November 8th, and that's it.
Yeah.
This was the only deer that I'd watched all year long and said, I'm gonna kill him if I see him. That was the only deer I had on a hit list, I guess you could say. And I killed him.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool to me. I don't give a shit how big he was. That was cool.
Dude, anything I've ever shot, I've just been sitting there, and when it came out, I was just real excited about it. I've never been like, man, this deer's going to be here at 12:03, and I'm going to be there waiting on him.
Well, here's the thing about the Midwest, though. There is giants, and there's a ton of giants.
Yeah.
There's big deer everywhere.
Yeah.
3-year-olds can be 150, 160-inch deer. Here, you see 150, 60-inch deer.
Shooting it.
It's either got shit going everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a super non-typical.
Yeah.
Not big framed. It's just got stuff going everywhere. Or it's a really old deer.
Yeah.
Or, 5.5-year-old, 6.5-year-old. But so this property, it's got some good deer. It's a great place to deer hunt if you want to feel the freezer, if you want to have a chance at killing a really big deer. Mm-hmm. And we probably had, man, the deer that I was after all year long, and if he got to see it, he was going to kill it too. This deer was probably 170-inch.
Dude, that thing is stud.
Like typical 12-point. Yeah. And
the biggest deer I've ever had on a camera biggest deer I've ever seen on a camera that was owned by somebody that I know. But I mean, I'm from Alabama. We're not known
absolute stud,
especially like
man.
my part of Alabama. Like we're not known for, I mean, there's some anomalies to that. There's, every now and then a big one will slip up, but it's not common.
Well, you watch the Seek One guys.
Oh,
that hunt in city limits.
I love those guys.
Birmingham,
Yeah.
Atlanta. You know why they kill such big deer?
They're hunting where nobody's hunting.
They kill 200-inch deer.
I know.
In city limits.
It's crazy.
In Georgia. You know why?
Well, they do it in Nashville too, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know why?
Because they're smarter than everybody else, and they figured out, hey, we're going to go where nobody else is hunting.
Well, that's part of it. Because those deer get to their full potential.
Yeah, they actually get to mature.
You get out here in the sticks with all the hillbillies, and they're sitting in box blinds.
Hey, we're not talking about hillbillies. We are hillbillies. We love you guys.
No, we're rednecks.
But y'all need to let these deer grow a little bit.
I'm talking about the boys, and I love them to death. I'm talking about the boys sitting in a box blind with a.
Y'all quit shooting these 3-year-old 8 points
with a buddy heater in December.
Let them grow.
Eating a damn pork chop with her bib overalls on and no t-shirt. That's what I'm talking about.
I can't even talk, man, because that's up until last year when I picked up a bow with you. That's how I hunted. I can't even act like that.
I taught him good.
But now that I've seen the light, I agree with you.
Well, and I love those boys. I'll drink with them and hang out with them and everything else and play music for them. And that's
our
my
crowd,
buddies,
man. Yeah.
But when it comes to hunting,
well, hell, I mean that's the thing about the South, and I can tell you this too. Like even my grandpa's land, like where it's at. I mean, it's in the middle. I mean, you hadn't been there yet, but dude, it's middle of nowhere. Like no joke, it's 30 minutes from the middle of nowhere. He's got like 100 acres down in Alabama. But I mean, if you see something and you're like, man, I don't know, I'm gonna pass that up. About 30 minutes later, once it walks out of your field, you're gonna hear.
I know.
You know what I mean? So it's like you might as well do it. Everybody else is doing it.
And that's the guys that I'm talking about. I mean, but at the same time, it goes both ways. If you think that everybody has that mentality, and you're like,
that's true.
Man, here's a really nice 120-inch 8-point. Well, that deer's 2 years old.
Yep.
Man, he's really nice though, and I ain't killed a deer like that in 4 or 5 years. If I don't kill him, he's going to cross over to the neighbors, and the neighbor's going to kill him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
pull the trigger. Well, at least if you don't pull the trigger, you're giving that deer a chance.
Yeah.
Here's the best way to do it. If I had 100 acres, you know what I'd do?
What?
I'd drive to my neighbor's house, every single one of them.
Yeah.
You deer hunt, or if you know them, hey, man, why don't we work together? Between me, you, Jeff over there, and Mark on the backside, we got 700 acres.
Yeah.
Let's not kill anything that's 2.5, 3 years old. Let's let them get 4.5, 5.5.
I get it. You got,
but
I guess the thing is, you got a lot of like meat hunters there too, which I get. I mean, we're totally about it. We eat everything we kill. Me and you both eat a ton of deer meat.
Oh, absolutely.
A ton of it. I mean, I put it in tacos and spaghetti and burgers and everything.
But I kill does.
Well, yeah, most people. I don't. Most people do, but then people are like, I got to fill the freezer, and you're like, I get it. You can't. I don't know. Playing devil's advocate, like I get it. Like you can't really be mad about that, but at the same time, golly, man, they were,
Well,
you've had a chance to shoot so many does where you could have like let that let him get. I don't know. It's.
Well, we live in a world today though where if somebody owns 100 acres, hell, if they own 20 acres, they got the money to go to Kroger and buy a steak.
Yeah.
They're hunting for the hell of it. They're hunting
Yeah.
for fun.
Yeah.
Granted, they might like deer meat.
Yeah.
But if they got 50 acres and they can't kill a doe on it, they need to go back to school. Somebody needs to teach them how to kill a damn deer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, granted,
This is gonna be controversial.
I don't give a shit. Now,
No,
granted,
I'm with you.
granted,
I'm
a
with
forky
you. I'm with
horn,
you.
a
100%.
year and a half old forky horn might be harder to kill than a 6-year-old doe, but
Yeah.
there's does everywhere, man, and especially in the South. Oh my God,
Yeah.
there's does everywhere.
It's just
We can kill.
I don't know. I can tell you from hunting, and I've only hunted a few places here, but like hunting in the South, like in the South, it's just, man, like it's so many hills and hollows and like it's just, I don't know, it's different. Like the wind's always, I feel like the wind's the swirl. I mean, the wind swirl,
it
the wind
does so
swirls where
bad.
we're at too. So I mean, I don't
It's
know.
rough. It is rough, buddy.
I feel
Like,
I feel like when I'm here, I totally agree with you. But if I go back home and hunt, I'm also sitting there going like, boy, if it walks out,
Yeah.
I'm about to let this elite eat, son.
I'm trying to get him on a straight and narrow, guys. Just give me a minute. Man,
I totally get it. Though.
it goes both ways. But see, here in Tennessee, we can kill 3 does per day.
Yeah, that's wild, isn't it?
You
That's
know what my
crazy.
favorite sound is? They do that shit, they getting shot, boy. I don't care if she's
Yep.
4 months old. I'm killing her.
I've seen it happen.
Yep. Me and Tyler were sitting in a tree stand one time last year. And I said, we're just going to sit here and watch these does go by. One of them bitches turned around. Nope. That was it. Whack.
Yep.
She ran about 40 yards.
Yep.
Man, I hate that. But that's the problem with the place that we
one,
hunt.
Is that the one you shot with the fixed blade?
Yeah. That was the problem with the place that we hunt, though, is there's so many does.
Yeah.
I mean, they're everywhere.
There's so many does that we both bought Ozonics this year.
You see more deer than squirrels in this place. I mean,
We're trying to go turkey hunting on Saturday, and we have
our main concern
we're
is
scared
deer.
we're about to get busted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our main concern is how are we going to sit up in this ground blind and not get blown at?
We're gonna have to scent wash our turkey hunting gear, and we're gonna have to go turkey hunting with Ozonics to keep the
For
deer
real?
from blowing.
Hey, we ain't even sponsored by Ozonics.
Boy, I tell you,
Last season was our first year using them, man, and I am a believer.
good God, I wasn't, and you bought it, and I'm like, man, that ain't gonna. But we were getting blown at, like, I mean, every time we went in the woods, and then Justin bought that, and we sat in a double set a couple times together, and like those would come out, and they walked downwind of us, and nothing.
Well,
And I was
first
like,
off,
okay, I'm buying that.
those of you that know what you're doing when it comes to bow hunting, literally, we could not help getting blown at. There is no place in that in this whole property.
The deer don't come. They come out from every angle.
There is not a place that you want your wind blowing to.
Well, we're sitting.
Not one.
People are going to be sitting there listening to this, going, "Look at these idiots bitching about having too many deer."
Dude,
It's a
problem.
Yeah, especially when you're not when you're just not trying to, when you're waiting on,
I
because
love
the
it.
property we hunt, obviously, like we kind of have a deal worked out. Like we're going to shoot bigger deer.
Yeah.
Like we're not just going to go in there and just kill. You know what I mean? We're not killing everything that walks. It's got to be something decent that we can be like, hey, we shot this, so you know.
Yep. Well, that's why I told you this year. You know, Tyler killed his first archery deer this past year. You killed
It's a blast.
3 of them.
Yeah.
Killed a pretty nice 8-point.
Yep.
And a little buck.
Yep, and that doe.
And a doe.
Yep.
And I told you. What did I tell you?
Yep.
Hey, it's your first year.
But we had kind of special permission from, where we were hunting, the guy we were hunting from. He knew it was my first time archery hunting, and I was like, I've never shot anything big with a bow. And he's like, hey, just, do your thing, get used to it. And then after you get a couple under your belt, though.
I told you too, man.
Keep your arrows in your rest.
You don't want to take somebody that's never bow hunted in their life and say, you can't shoot it if it's 150 inches.
Dude, I shot that.
You can't do it. Because you know what they're going to do? 99.8% of people are going to wait for 4 years, and they're going to be like, either two things are going to happen. Either they're going to be like, this sucks, I can't kill a buck.
Yeah.
And then they're just going to quit,
Yeah.
Or they're going to see a 150-inch deer that never seen anything like it in their whole life, and they're going to screw up big time because they can't even hold their composure.
Yeah.
Most of us that have killed 150, 170, 180-inch deer still lose our composure when we see 150. 150-inch whitetail is a great damn deer.
Yeah.
That's a once-in-a-lifetime deer for most people.
Yeah. I've never shot anything
I've been fortunate to kill 3 of them. Over 150 inches. I've got a couple close to it, and that's the thing about the Midwest too, and that's where this is controversial too. When I'm talking about talking to your neighbors and stuff.
I could get some more E85.
There you go. Give me one too. When I'm talking about talking to your neighbors and stuff, hey man, don't kill nothing like that. If you see a 150-inch 3-year-old, shoot that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Now, if he's 120 inches, 130 inches, 140 inches, whatever, I'd let that deer walk. I've done it.
Yeah.
If I see a 150-inch deer, that some bitch could be 6 inches or 6 months old and just the world's greatest anomaly, and I will shoot that son of a bitch.
Well, man, my thing is, if it's a good deer to you, if you shoot it and it makes you excited, shoot that thing. Post it all over your Instagram, man. That's what it's about.
At least for your first couple deer, man.
Yeah.
Get those kills under your belt. Get to understand the deer language, and that was another thing that you learned this year for sure.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I put up a double set.
Dude, hunting in the South the way that I did, I've never heard and seen some of the stuff that I've seen up here. Like, we had a rut. We had an actual rut.
Oh, yeah.
Like, an actual, hey, it was like 2 or 3 weeks there where it's like, dude, it's on. And it was on.
It was awesome.
And we seen it.
We got to see bucks fight.
Yeah, we seen them sparring.
Heard them
grunting.
Making scrapes.
Like, that just don't, hunting, which I always hunted on my grandpa's land, but that's
300 yards away, you can't hear it, boy.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah, you're just not seeing it.
It's happening all over the country. And that's what draws people into bow hunting, dude. That's
best.
That's why when you do it for the first time and you experience it.
That first deer I shot was fighting. I was so jacked up, dude. We're sitting in a freaking, what was that, God, I can't think of it. Walnut tree. We needed a football helmet to be sitting in that damn thing. Dude, we'd be sitting there and you just hear, those walnuts are dropping out of that tree. And I'm like, sitting in the tree. We're sitting there. That thing's that big around. Dude, I was like, Justin, them deer are fighting. I stand up and we're getting ready, man, and I'm shaking. And I had to watch this thing walk all the way around.
Oh, dude.
Walk all the way down. By the time it gets down there and I've got my bow in my hand, this tree's this big around, granted. That whole tree is vibrating like somebody's the bottom of it hitting it with a jackhammer.
You draw back and he's like,
Tyler, I've killed deer before, but never with a bow. When you're that close and it's something different with a bow and arrow, man. And
I'm standing right behind Tyler.
I'll be hooked on that forever.
Yeah, I'm right behind Tyler, about 2 foot. My stand's about 2 foot higher than him, right over his left shoulder, and I'm standing over him with the camera, and I'm like, Tyler, just calm down, buddy, calm down.
What? No calming down.
This is a forky horn.
A little 4-point, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a little 4-point forky horn, 1.5-year-old deer, and they just got done fighting. This deer came in, dude, like he was 180-inch, non-typical, damn, just gnarly son of a bitch, man. He come in, ears peeled back, walking sideways, just destroyed. And that was the thing that I knew got you more than just seeing the deer.
Oh, dude.
We saw him fight at 70, 80 yards, he made a big circle. He come in, ears peeled back, hair standing up like a dog. And
at this point, I'm just trying to get a deer into my belt.
He comes in and just destroys this bush hanging over at 32 yards. I mean, he's just destroying this thing, and I'm watching it like, yeah, this is cool, man. Because I don't give a shit, dude.
That's the best part, just seeing that go down.
Oh, it's so neat, man. And you
don't get to see that everywhere in the country, though.
There's only certain times that you get to see that out of a tree stand, and especially fighting. I mean, I've been bow hunting, dude, for years.
That's awesome. That was the coolest thing, man.
About 20 years now. 17 years. I killed my first deer with a bow. So I've only seen it 3 times out of a tree stand.
Really?
Yeah. 3 times I've seen bucks actually go at it.
That's awesome.
I've seen them spar and tickle their antlers together.
Sure.
Actually going at it like they're going to damn kill each other, I've seen 3 times. And the first time I seen it was giants.
Yeah.
I'm talking like 170, 180-inch deer pushing each other around the field like rag dolls.
That's awesome.
And it was loud.
Like
when me and you heard those forky horns going at it. And
it wasn't that loud.
We're like, is that bucks fighting? That's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be. And then we finally seen them. We're like, yeah, they're freaking going at it.
It was either that or Mike over there in the bushes with a rattle bag messing with us.
2 sticks banging them together. No.
He just comes out, y'all got to get y'all boys.
When I saw them 2 bucks fight, there wasn't no damn mistaking that. You could have heard it from Massachusetts, and I was in Ohio. It was freaking loud, dude.
That's awesome.
But so going back, I've hunted this place for 3 years, and I've seen a turkey here and there, and never 1 or 2 turkeys, maybe. And this year, man, I don't know what happened, but they're there. Turkeys. There wasn't in deer season.
No.
I mean, I was driving up the road to get Mexican food one day.
Dude, I seen turkeys the whole way here. Like the whole way from my house to yours. I mean, we live like 50 minutes apart.
Well,
my girlfriend's sitting in the passenger seat going, there's turkeys. I'm like, damn.
I doubt this did it, and I'm not a wildlife biologist by any means. But last year, they dropped the Tennessee bag limit for turkeys down from 4 to 2.
Really? Well, whatever's happening is awesome.
This year it's 2 again. And when I first moved here 8 years ago,
it was 4.
It was 4. It was 4 up until last season. Last season. And hell, I killed 4 turkeys almost every year.
Really?
Yeah, that's another story we got to tell on this podcast for sure. But yeah, I killed 4 turkeys every year. And man, I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with it. Because
I don't know, but whatever.
That's a lot of turkeys, man. I mean, you got to think about
it.
With how many
Whatever the TWRA is doing right now, it's working for turkeys, man. They are everywhere out here.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Well, the South is loaded with turkeys, man. Yeah. I mean, it's just...
Dude, I'll tell you this too, man. We have never had turkeys at my parents' and my grandpa's place. Dude, my dad, he sends me a Snapchat the other day. There's 4 turkeys in our front yard. Yeah. We've never had turkeys. Yeah. I've been all over that place since I was 8 years old.
I think more people are predator hunting now.
We might have to go down to Alabama too.
And killing coyotes and bobcats and foxes.
Well,
but that's the thing.
We just clear cut everything on my grandpa's place, and only thing we left are the hardwoods. So I don't know if that would have anything to do with it.
That'll have a shitload to do with it.
They're there, buddy.
That'd have a bunch. And I mean, turkeys need habitat.
Yeah.
And turkeys want to be able to see for a while. For deer, you want thick ass cover. You don't want to see 20 feet. I mean, we do.
Yeah.
They don't.
We do.
But turkeys are the opposite, man. You find big, hard-top ridges and just big, old, 60-year-old trees with 20 yards in between them. That's turkeys' prime, dude.
Well, that's what our property looks like right now.
That is turkey's prime.
So that makes sense.
And then, but once it grows up and all them shrubs start coming up, all the weeds, and it gets thicker than hell, you're going to have deer everywhere, and the turkeys are going to be gone.
Yeah.
So, and that's part of the problem with this place that we hunt, is it's thicker than hell.
Yeah.
And I think once it starts growing up, all them turkeys are going to be gone. There ain't a bit of hardwoods in that place. There's only...
Not really. There's those damn...
maybe 2 oak trees on the whole place dropping acorns, and they're red oaks. They're not white oaks. There's not a white oak tree on the whole property. I've walked every damn foot.
I mean, there is a bean field on it, which is where the turkeys are kind of at now. Or bean or corn, whatever they plant that year. There's a field on it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of... They're kind of roosting close to that field. Well, there's actually... There's kind of 2 fields on it, really.
They're dropping down into that field.
They're not going at the other one, though. I don't think.
I don't know. They ain't gonna be after Saturday.
Son.
But
I'm about to
dude, I am freaking pumped up.
I'm gonna sit up in the double set and hit them with that Morgan Wallen and throw the chair off the top rope and get my first gobbler.
Can we talk about that? So I know this ain't gonna come out for a while. This is probably gonna come out after turkey season's over.
Yeah, this episode's gonna come out and everybody's gonna be like, they're still talking about Morgan Wallen throwing a chair off the Chiefs. It just happened. It
just happened this past week.
Yeah.
My God. I posted a post on Facebook.
I just laughed. I thought it was funny.
That was super controversial, I guess.
What'd you say?
And most people agree. Most musicians agreed.
By the way, this is the best thing you've ever gotten.
What?
This little gas pump.
Dude.
This thing's awesome.
Check this out. I found this on Amazon.
Dude, Amazon's the best.
I just happened to scroll across it or something, and I was like, that's pretty awesome. I'm going to buy that thing. I thought that'd be really cool, and we're going to figure out something fun to do with it on the podcast for sure.
Sure.
Well, we're jumping around like crazy. So
sorry, guys.
So I posted on Facebook, and I know that Merle Haggard got arrested a bunch. All the old guys did.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got on my ass.
What'd you say?
For those of you that listen to this and not watching it,
because I didn't even see it.
We just took a shot out of this little gas pump thing I bought. It's pretty awesome. I posted it on Facebook. And basically, like, how did I word it? Record labels used to work with artists.
Yeah.
They would sign you. They would work with you, build you to be an artist, to be a star.
Yeah.
And they knew. They knew who was going to be a star. I think I've said this on the podcast before. Oh, they did. 100% they did. They worked with Jason Aldean for like 6 years before they released his first single.
Boy, that paid off good.
They knew it.
He's kicking ass. He's still kicking ass. He was kicking ass when we were in high school.
A record label can damn near make anybody a star.
Yeah.
Dude, people will listen to anything. Damn near.
Yeah.
If that artist is not a jackass, people will listen to him. If they like him as a person, they like their music most of the time.
Yeah. I get that.
And Aldean, Luke, all those guys were very personable. They did stuff that people like.
I'd go watch Luke Bryan right now. I've been to like 3 Luke Bryan concerts, and every one of them I went to, I walked out of there going, damn, that was awesome.
Well,
it's so much fun. You have so much fun at a Luke Bryan concert. It's awesome.
I say this. I think Luke is more of a live artist than a radio artist. And
dude, he's the shit.
I think
live.
Aldean is almost more of a radio artist than a live artist.
I've never seen Aldean live.
I've seen him live 4 times.
Yeah, I've never seen him.
And 3 of the 4 were in his bar.
And
so he's playing like,
Yeah.
a dive bar for him.
I've been playing upstairs, like on the roof of Jason Aldean's, while he was filming a video downstairs.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there playing, and all of a sudden you just hear freaking shoo, any old bar stool, just like like about to blow the windows out of that place. It was so loud, and I was like, "Well, should we just quit playing now? Like, you can't hear us."
It's always so awkward.
It is. But I wouldn't want to sit up here and listen to us. I want to go down there and listen to him too.
But I posted that record labels used to make artists be prepared to be a star.
Sure.
And
yeah, you're getting people on stages now that have never played a show.
And that's just like exactly.
It's different.
Exactly. That's more than finding the right songs, you know, going through vocal lessons for years, knowing how to sing live, how to sing in the studio. Dude,
it's different, man.
There's a lot to it, man.
Singing on a microphone's way different than singing in your bedroom.
And I'll be honest with you.
That microphone, I look at the microphone. I was talking to one of my buddies about this today. I look at the microphone like a guitar pedal. Yeah. Like you get a new pedal for your guitar. Like, and everybody knows. Like if you just have an electric guitar and you plug it in, it just sounds bling, real bland.
Yep.
You have a distortion pedal. You kick that thing on, wow, it's rocking. Yep. You can do different things on that guitar when you got that pedal kicked on than you can't do if that pedal's kicked off. Same thing if you're singing into a microphone. There's stuff that I can do. I can make my voice do things when I'm singing on a microphone that I can't do if I'm just sitting in my bedroom playing the guitar. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that depends, and you know, that just goes down a whole nother rabbit hole. Like that depends on the mix you have. Like how good, you know, you hear artists talk about, man, I didn't like my mix, or I didn't like this. Like it's because of they're used to a certain thing. And if you want your mix to be a certain way so you can do all these different things with your voice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll be the first to tell you, man, like, whenever I'm in the studio, at least with the people I've worked with, I think in the studio, it's so much harder than singing live. It's
so hard, dude.
And
well, because your mix, you never get that mix you want in this. To me, like, you'll get in the studio, you pop them headphones on, and you don't have that room noise. Yeah.
It sounds like this.
Yeah, and
exactly like it sounds right now.
And you go to sing, and your notes don't take off the way that they normally do. And you're like, oh boy, this is not gonna be fun.
Well, you don't have the energy either, and
you don't have the crowd to feed off of. Like it's just different.
And like me personally, I think I sound way better live when I'm playing a live show.
I'm right with
Tequila Cowboy right with you. On a Saturday, and it is slam freaking packed. And I got a great sound guy up behind the board. Mm-hmm. I can sing my ass off. Yep. I go in the studio and I feel like I'm just in there doing this, and I don't know. Does it sound okay?
You're like listening to yourself, like, man, I don't sound like I did yesterday.
I'm not in there, wailing, so whatever. Yep. And I'm like, damn, dude, I have a big range. I can do that. Like, let's.
But I can. But for me, like I know, and I feel like you're probably kind of like this too. Like I do good under pressure. Like if I'm like, man, the crowd's out there, and I was like, I'm about to hit this note, and you're like, and you're like, no, you ain't gonna hit that note. But like, watch this. Welcome to the show, motherfucker. Well, and just lay back and hit it. You know?
And you've played with me enough. I do this all the time. I'm like, gosh, I don't know if I can fucking sing this right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do this. And I'm being honest.
And you turn around, you look at the crowd, and you're like, all right, y'all watch this shit.
I'm gonna blow my voice out right here.
Right here at Luke Bryan's on Broadway, just for you guys.
The song after this is going to sound like shit, but I'm going to fucking kill this note.
Yep.
We've all been there, dude.
Yep.
We've all done it. I did it on Nickelback the other day, dude.
You did a Nickelback song?
Hell yeah, and I couldn't sing the rest of the show. Somebody came up and gave us $100 to do a Nickelback.
Steven, you know how to play Nickelback?
Steven played the shit out of some Nickelback, boy.
That's our producer, Steven. That's also Justin's guitar player, by the way.
Yeah, I did Never Made It as a Wise Man.
Oh, nice.
Couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing.
Dude, I've never listened to Nickelback. I was playing the banjo at this point in my life, and I was listening to bluegrass.
Look,
I missed this whole generation,
bro.
That whole I knew all the country stuff, but like I didn't listen to a lot of like the popular stuff at that time. I was so deep into listening to like
I never listened
JD
to
Crowe
any
and
of
stuff.
I never listened to any of it. I mean, I knew Nickelback.
He's lying, isn't he, Steven?
No, I swear to God.
He's lying.
I
He's
knew.
lying.
I did listen.
For the record, he's lying.
Nickelback is like the only band that I know more than 4 of their songs.
I've never.
I know like 2 or 3, probably 2 or 3 Creed songs.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2, 3 Doors Down. Like Green Day, I might know 1 or 2 or 3 of their songs. That's it. I can't even name you another band.
Can we talk about this? Let's end the Nickelback hate. Like, I don't know a lot about Nickelback,
Dude,
but
they're
every time I've
freaking
heard them,
badass.
they're awesome. Why is everybody? I've never seen anybody hate on a band so much that's so awesome.
Look, here's the thing about.
But has it become a thing to where it's like almost cool to hate on Nickelback but listen to them?
Yes.
Like, that's a thing. It's like, they suck, but then you listen to it in your car.
It's
like
like
that thing.
It's like everybody hated Tom Brady. Same
Oh,
exact
yeah.
thing.
So they're just that good.
Everybody hated it.
I'm gonna go listen to more Nickelback.
I'm going to tell you right now, dude. I've always, like, you're an awesome player. Like, you play the shit out of a guitar, play the shit out of a banjo. I play enough guitar to sing too, and that's it. Like, I can strum some chords. That's about it. I've always wanted to be a singer. I've always sang since I was born, dude.
Sure.
So I've always gravitated toward great singers. Even in the old school days, and people are going to freaking kill me over this. I was never a big Johnny Cash fan. I was never a big Waylon fan. Never a big Willie fan. I love Merle Haggard.
Yeah, Merle's awesome.
Merle's a great singer. I love Waylon's songs.
Yeah.
I like them better when other people sing them.
I get
Don't tell nobody I said that.
I'll say this. I was a Johnny Cash fan, and this is why. I was like humongous into the banjo at this point. Like, I was freaking just all in it. And my sister had got a guitar for Christmas, and it was the same time that Walk the Line came out. This is about the time that my banjo teacher was kind of like, hey, like, I've shown you everything that I really, like, you just kind of got to go do it at this point. And I was kind of lost, and I was like, well, I don't have, like, instructions anymore. I mean, this was, I live out in the middle of nowhere. We didn't have cell service, and, YouTube tutorials weren't what they are today, so it wasn't like I could just pull up stuff and find new stuff to learn. So, like, I need stuff to learn.
For sure.
So my uncle played a little guitar, and he taught me a couple chords on there, and I would sneak in there and steal my sister's guitar out of her room. And we had that Walk the Line soundtrack. and then I remember she got a record player, and or my mom got a record player. It was in my mom's room, and they had the Folsom Prison album, and I would sit in there to that, and it was easy to pick up because it was just the bass notes, and you go doom 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 doom, and I could make the chords around it. So there was a point in time where, like, I knew I could play every song on that album, and that's how I taught myself how to play guitar.
Yeah,
was through that album.
Well,
and the movie was just freaking awesome.
Well, like I said,
that's kind of where I was like,
I've always
Johnny Cash is the shit.
I love the songwriting and stuff.
Folsom Prison Blues is Steven's favorite song in the whole wide world. Anytime I go, hey Steven,
because we just jam it, boy.
Like, if I'm fronting your band or Steven's playing in Jesse's band, and I'm like, hey Steven, what do you want to play? Folsom. Every time. And
he's like, watch this.
And I'm like, we're gonna play it in record key. Oh, record. I'm like, yeah, get your capo out.
Wait, we don't do it in record?
No, he's not record.
What are we doing it in?
What's record on that? F? Yeah. Yeah. That's F. This is that's E, that's F for anybody wondering.
Steven's over here
Nashville musician.
Steven's over here going like this. Me and Chad are both looking at each other going.
Yeah, and if Steven does this, you want to shut up. He's mad at you. For everybody listening, not watching, I flipped the camera off.
Well, man, I want to clarify what I just said too, and where I was going with that, because we got way off subject again.
It tends to happen.
But I've always been gravitated toward great singers. Sure. I love the old stuff. Yeah. I really do. But I was more, man, Conway Twitty.
Yes.
George Jones.
Dude, Conway does not get the respect he deserves, man.
George Jones, Merle Haggard.
I was a huge George Jones
really,
guy.
really, really good singers. Ronnie Millsap. Yeah. Ronnie Millsap, dude, could sing about anybody under the damn table. Keith Whitley.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love Chris Christopherson and Willie and Waylon.
The great songwriters.
And Johnny.
Yeah.
for the songwriting and stuff.
And I mean, and they come up in an era where they had their own. I mean, it was outlaw country. It was their own genre.
And I loved like "Where the Corn Don't Grow" by Waylon Jennings is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah. When
Travis Tritt redid that song,
he smoked it. Whew. Dude, Travis Tritt can sing.
My favorite Waylon Jennings song of all time is "Rose in Paradise."
Chris Young's cover.
God dang monster of a song. When Chris Young recorded that, I was like, golly, dude.
I had never heard
stand up.
I'd never heard "Rose in Paradise," and I heard Chris Young's version. I thought it was his song. Dude, I listened to that over and over and over and over again. He murdered that.
Boy,
he killed it.
Dude, when Chris came out, I mean, there wasn't anybody on the radio that could sing like that guy. When he first came out, I mean, live,
he's killing it, man.
I've
heard him live. Yeah, he's nuts. It's insane.
I've seen Chris live probably 20 times.
He came into one of my new shows one time.
Yeah. And I was playing a Chris Young song.
Yeah, you were playing a Chris Young when he walked in.
Wait. Well, I don't know. He's been into a bunch of my shows.
It was at Honky Tonk Central.
Second floor.
Yep.
I was playing.
That was one of the few times, because me and you hardly ever played together back then.
I was playing damn it.
I don't even know.
It's one that nobody ever does, dude.
Takes a Man?
No.
Banger, though.
No, it was a hit. Grab a couple glasses and that bottle of wine.
Oh, yeah.
Walk down the hall, darling, turn down those lights.
Yep.
What is that song called?
I don't know, but I know it.
Baby, while you're at it, maybe you can let down your hair. Yeah, I can take it from there.
Yeah.
That's it. I was playing that. I'll never forget that, dude. I was playing that song and I fucking ruined it when he walked in.
He came up and he gave us it was three of us on stage. He gave us like $300.
You remember the look he gave us? He's
like, he's probably like, these fucking idiots.
No, because it was packed and nobody knew who he was.
Yeah, it was one of those things that he came up and kind of looked at us and he's like, hey,
don't you say shit.
I know you know, and you know that I know that you know. Don't say a fucking word. I just want to come in here and drink tequila and be left alone.
Well, how's that go?
You know?
I would, but I could. But I can't, so I want to.
Don't be throwing no chairs.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Fucking Morgan Wallen, man. God. We can't get away from the guy, dude.
Dude,
golly. Buddy,
I've listened to a ton of Morgan, man. I mean, he's definitely got songs that I like.
So, yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I just think, I think that record labels don't work with people enough anymore.
Boy, we just went full circle right there.
Morgan Wallen went from being nobody.
I mean, dude, he was on The Voice. He did.
That don't mean shit. Jackie was on The Voice.
Yeah, he did bar shows and
all
stuff.
All of our friends were on The Voice. All of our friends were on American Idol. All of us.
He did a bunch of bar shows before he ever got his deal. Like in between that time, he played the bars. He did.
I'm not saying he didn't play the bars, but nobody,
I mean, I'm saying he had seat time. Like he had time on stage. Like there are people now that are on stage that have no time on stage.
Well, I know that, but what I'm saying is he went from being nobody, maybe, selling out 500, 600 people venues, to going to fucking stadiums in 6 months.
I mean, he blew up, man.
Dude, you cannot prepare somebody to do that, to be that famous in 6 months. You can't do it.
That's got to be crazy.
That's like telling me.
Can you imagine me, for real, just sitting here and we're sitting here dicking around in your shop. 6 months from now, we're just the hottest thing ever.
I'll be straight up with you guys. We all make a pretty good living playing music.
Yeah, we do good, man.
But
we've all been doing this 8-10 years. I mean,
to find another microphone, Tyler just told you he just bought a damn microphone off eBay from the Prince of Nigeria that don't damn work for $160. That's a $450 microphone.
Yeah, sure is spelled Shure, and mine is spelled Shure.
If you were gonna tell me in 6 months that I'll just go into a Guitar Center. Fuck it. I'll just buy the whole goddamn store if I want to.
Yeah.
You know how much trouble I'd get in?
Yeah.
Do you know how much trouble I'd get in? I'd burn this fucking shop down, build a new one tomorrow.
I have no idea what I was doing.
We'd drink the rest of this shit and burn this shop down and just build a new one tomorrow and buy every damn thing in it brand new. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Lawnmower, everything. It can go up. I'll buy a new one tomorrow. Hell with it. Like, you can't prepare somebody for that in 6 months.
No. Dude, I'd walk in there. I would be like, who's the manager? How do I pay him? What does the manager do? Who works the register? How does the register work? I don't know how to work the register. What are we selling here?
I'm walking in there going, 4 Jack and Cokes is $120? Holy shit. You want credit or debit? Morgan's in there going, fuck this place. Throw a chair off the roof.
I mean, that's you put it that way, it's kind of more of a logical response.
I really think that the labels are not working with the artist as much as they should to get prepared for them to be that big. Somebody needs to sit down with these people. And dude, if I signed with Curb Records tomorrow, if they set me down at a table like we're sitting out here and said, listen, Justin, you're going to be the next big thing.
Sure.
You need to get your head on straight. We're going to set you up with a finance manager. You ain't going to get your fucking signing bonus and go buy a $80,000 bass boat.
I would.
You're going to put it in the bank. Absolutely, I fucking would. But somebody needs to sit them down and say, listen, no, I'm serious.
Well, I mean, the NFL has similar things.
That would be our response right there. And somebody needs to go, no, it's not funny.
Yeah, it would be
Listen
our
to
response.
me. You're not going out there and being a dumbass. You're not going to go out and spend $80,000 right away, even if you're worth $2 million in 3 months.
Yeah.
You're going to go out there and you're going to play your shows and you're going to write songs every day and you're going to try to get the best label or we're going to drop your ass.
Well, there's a lot of NFL guys doing the same thing.
That's what they need to do. It needs to be like your damn dad talking to you, sitting you down, scaring the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And getting you level-headed and ready to be that famous.
Hell, we don't know. Because 90% of the people, I mean, they come from what me and you come from, the middle of freaking nowhere.
Exactly.
We ain't never had nothing like that.
I'm not saying anything bad about Morgan Wallen's personality.
No.
You take a fucking hillbilly kid from East Tennessee and give him $5 million in a year.
I'd be an idiot.
And see what he does.
I'd go buy a ton of hunting land, a bass boat. Dude, I'd be broke. I'd spend it all on stuff that I wouldn't spend it on probably.
Well,
I'd have a barndominium. And
Morgan don't do that shit. That's why he's in the trouble he's in.
Yeah, he just got.
We might be a little bit different.
He's in there. He's in there with Field and Stream now.
Yeah. Some bitch ain't never.
He's been posting hunting videos.
He ain't never caught a damn bass.
I bet he's caught.
He ain't killed shit. Morgan, if you're listening to this, you want to learn how to kill something, come talk to me. I'm in Springfield.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'll teach you how to kill stuff instead of throw chairs off buildings. Look, I'll let him shoot my damn decoy. He can buy me a new one.
He could. He could probably get you sponsored by whoever makes that decoy.
True story. DSD decoys. We need a few more of them, guys.
What is that? What is that decoy called?
Dave Smith decoys.
I think it'll be called the Morgan Wallen decoy.
I put a fan on it from a turkey I killed a couple years ago.
Missing a couple feathers, buddy.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Boy, that turkey was tore up when I got to him. He had to have been attacked or something. Literally, his whole back, he was missing all the feathers. From his head to his back, he's missing a bunch of feathers. I think his wing might have been broken.
Dang, buddy.
Seriously. He was a big-ass gobbler, though. I think that bird had, he had like a 13-inch beard.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
But, yeah, man. So, Saturday. Tyler's never been turkey hunting before.
I'm excited.
Boy, you're gonna kill one.
I hope so. I'm just excited to be out there, be part of it.
You're gonna kill one.
I'm just excited to be there, buddy. I don't, You're
gonna kill one.
I don't know anything about it.
I wish you would have had a mouth call with you so I could teach you how to do this on the podcast.
I know. We'll have to do that. We'll make some. We're gonna have a series of reels we're gonna post of Justin teaching me how to do a mouth call.
My God, boy. I ain't even the best at it. I can call a turkey in.
I bought one for the first time about 2 days ago, and I got it to make noise, but I sound like a swan. That sounds like a swan that's been shot in the ass with a 22.
I've called a bunch of turkeys in, and I've killed a bunch of turkeys over me calling them in. But I listen to guys like Andy Austin.
Yeah, I mean, Andy knows what he's doing. You've told me Andy knows what he's doing.
Oh, dude,
That's the guy.
He can do it without a call in.
That's wild.
He won't have a reed call in his mouth or anything.
He's just doing it. That's how you know it's real.
Landon's really good at it, dude.
Really, I can see that.
He is. He's a turkey hunter, boy.
I can see that.
Some of these boys, they can really do it, man. And I get nervous about calling, man. It's kind of like playing music, for real.
Yeah, man, I don't want to hit a bad note in front of these guys. They're gonna think I suck.
For real. I mean, it's
Is it?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, it is. Like when I get around Andy or Landon that is really good at calling in turkeys, I'm like, I don't want to call.
I don't blame you.
I don't want to do that. This is so nerve wracking. Like you're like, man, if I hit a bad note, I know that turkey ain't gonna give a shit, but these guys are gonna be like, what was that? That was a hen with throat cancer. I don't know. Shit. What the hell?
You've been smoking too many Virginia Slims, boy. Oh God. All right.
Somebody been giving that turkey Marlboros, boy.
That's probably a good place to wrap this up. Turkey Marlboros.
We're gonna screenshot what's it called? Photoshop a picture of a turkey
smoking a cig
with a Marlboro
with a
hanging
cowboy
out
killer
of
in
his
its
beak.
mouth. I like it.
Next week we got Craig Campbell on here, guys. Stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll be talking about
we're gonna be talking about the
turkey
turkeys
we
we
killed.
Yeah.
Oh dang it, boy. All right. See you guys.